I'm using St Mary the Virgin Church as my start and finish point on this walk in Hemsby, which is on the Norfolk coast. This is a health and wellness walk, aimed at getting my fitness back before I go on a walking holiday later in the summer. Leave the churchyard heading onto the street in a southerly direction. This walk is 2.5 miles in length and shouldn't take an average healthy adult no more than 1 hour to complete. The Bell Public House is on the opposite side of the street. If you feel like a bit of exercise to boost your fitness, I hope this walk will encourage you. It's so simple and gives a real lift physically and mentally. Always make sure when out for a walk to always have a supply of hydrating drink with you, especially if like today, when it's particularly warm. It's 23 degrees here today. I'm using my gimbal and phone camera again to continue to learn how to operate the different functions before my holes. Passing a fish and chip shop on the left. Cross over Lexington Close and continue south. This part of central Hemsby is mainly residential. I'll do further walks up to my holiday to continue with rebuilding my fitness. I've always been a keen walker, so I'll continue after my holes. There's a little craft shop just to my left. I've always been told by friends that I tend to walk quite quickly. When you're walking, always keep it at a comfortable pace for you. If people you are walking with push you to go faster, that's when you could injure yourself, so keep it comfortable for yourself. After only a short distance, you'll arrive at a crossroads with a premier shop over the road to the right, and in front is the Crossroads garage. Please take a moment to look at the Hemsby Village sign. It's a double-sided sign, both sides being slightly different. This side shows a farmer harvesting his crop with a scythe with the windmill in the background. Turn left onto Yarmouth Road. It's really lovely to feel the warmth of the sun on my face and hear the birds chirping and singing away in the bushes nearby after the quiet, dull winter. It gives me a feeling of being alive, with an optimistic view of the coming summer season. The village of Hemsby is a seaside resort and a civil parish in Norfolk. It's situated 8 miles north of Great Yarmouth. Other nearby villages are Winterton-on-Sea and Scrapby. The village name originally came from Hemers Farm or settlement. Hemsby, as with much of the Norfolk and Suffolk coast, was targeted by Viking invasions, who raided the area searching for precious materials and slaves. As a result, the settlement grew, and by 1086 it appears in the Domesday Book under the name of Hemsby. The common term, Viking, is an Old Norse word meaning a pirate or raider. The village is split into 2 parts. Hemsby Village, which is about a mile inland and mainly residential, and Hemsby Beach, which is the tourist-based area. Hemsby Beach area has the usual holiday beach things like fun fairs, crazy golf, and amusement arcades, with numerous parks offering chalets or caravan accommodation at affordable prices. We'll see these later in the walk. There is also a mix of places to eat, like restaurants or takeaways. Local buses run through Hemsby, linking the villages to Great Yarmouth and beyond. The 1 and 1A and 1C run daily to and from Great Yarmouth. The 1 and 1A First Counties buses run north as far as Martham, with Potter Highcombe and the Norfolk Broads only a few miles further north. They also run south along the coast to Lowestoft, where you could connect to other buses to venture south towards Southwold or inland towards Beccles or Norwich. The city of Norwich, which is only 21 miles away, is both fascinating with its history and a shopping paradise if you're looking for something special. Plus, it's the best way to venture out further into the Broads or anywhere around East Anglia. Continue along Yarmouth Road, crossing over Barleycroft. If you wish to visit using the train service, the nearest station is in Great Yarmouth. If you decide to visit Hemsby for a holiday, there's also a few campsites around the village and nearby. The Norfolk landscapes and big skies attract many people, with a unique array of wild birds, animals, and plants for the budding naturalists among us. It's also great for astronomy, with large skies, flat horizons, and low light pollution. Norfolk and Suffolk also has a lot of history to discover, as East Anglia was one of the first areas of England to be inhabited by early settlers. Norfolk has the greatest concentration of churches in the world, with over 650. We'll be crossing onto Newport Road shortly. Newport is a village which is located to the south of Hemsby along the coast, although they connect and seem to be one and the same. Hemsby is a very popular holiday destination. It's easy to see why, with so many positive attractions that are available. Plus, East Anglia has some of the best weather throughout the country. Hemsby covers an area of only 2.76 square miles, or 7.14 kilometers squared. Its population in 2011 was 3,275. Follow this call around to the left. Beach holidays in Norfolk became popular with the aristocracy in the mid-18th century. They believed sea water had medicinal properties. After the Industrial Revolution, it became common for factories and mills in northern England to shut for a week. And once the railways arrived in 1842, the working class families from central and northern England would take a day, or longer, trips to the seaside. We've arrived at the crossroads with Kingsway to the left and Yarmouth Road to the right, but we'll head straight over onto Newport Road, heading towards the beach and holiday parks of Hemsby and Newport. Always on days like today, if you're out and enjoying the weather, don't forget to use sun cream for protection, as well as a hat and sunglasses. Not forgetting insect repellent. They're happy to enjoy you, even if you're not. This video is in real time, and I've only cut out where I've taken a break, so you can get an exact idea of the duration and what to expect during this walk. It's really lovely and peaceful. If holiday parks isn't your thing, Hemsby has a good selection of bed and breakfast lodgings, again at affordable prices. Look online, and I'd always recommend booking early to avoid disappointment. We're now leaving the residential area of Hemsby. Hemsby does get very busy during the summer season. This is extremely quiet at the moment. On the right is the Highfield Equestrian Centre. On the left is the Bermuda Holiday Park, as well as K Entertainment, the Carousel Cafe, and Bermuda Stores, which is a general supermarket store for your everyday needs. Still heading down Newport Road. Harry Madison opened the original holiday camp in Hemsby, Madison's in 1920. Then came Seacroft Holiday Camp in the same year. For many years these two holiday parks, Madison's to the south and Seacroft to the north, kept holiday makers comfortable during the summer season in Hemsby. In 1971, Madison's was sold to Pontins Holiday Parks. Unfortunately, the 22-acre site closed down in 2009 after a drop in visitor numbers. At its peak, the park could accommodate up to 2,440 holiday makers. The site included an amusement arcade, places to eat, a children's play area, entertainment hall, shops, swimming pool, and a pub. Pontins was responsible for launching the careers of some of the UK's stars, including Bobby Davro, Bradley Walsh, and Shane Ricci. Once the park had closed, it quickly fell into disrepair. The derelict site became a hotspot for arsonists. In 2018, one arson attack required 90 firefighters to bring the blaze under control. The entrance to the old Pontins in Hemsby was on Beach Road, which we will walk along later. Richardson's brought the Pontins site and Seacroft Holiday Village in 1998. I'll talk more about Richardson's later in the walk. Here on the right-hand side of the road is the entrance to Sundowner Holiday Park. Norfolk and Suffolk both are excellent locations for walking, with the Norfolk Broads and many Norfolk and Suffolk wildlife centres where you can see wildlife much closer whilst they're still in their natural surroundings. Quite often, along this part of the coast, seals are easily visible. But if one is on the beach, then please don't try to get close to them. Respect the wildlife in its natural environment. Also, during the bird breeding season, some parts of the beaches in Norfolk are cornered off, so we don't disturb the nesting birds on the sand or in the dunes. To our left is Newport Caravan Park. Here's the Scotsman's Delights, fish and chip takeaway. And the Crystal Palace Amusements, just behind us. Still heading towards the beach in the same direction. Please, when visiting areas like Hemsby, always put any rubbish or dog poo in the bins provided. We're not too far from the beach now. Please keep Hemsby and Norfolk clean and welcoming for everyone. At the end of the road, on the left, is the Newport Caravan Park entrance. At this point, the road turns right. In front is the Treasure Island Amusement Park, with the TIS Bar and Grill next door. This is the view looking back along the route that I've just walked. Now, head towards the entrance to Newport Caravan Park, but turn right just before, heading beside the hedge along the dirt track. Just head straight down the track. Just head straight on. I've been walking now for about 20 minutes. I had a long drawn-out cold about a month ago over the Easter period, and it's made my chest a bit congested. Hopefully this exercise will help clear it a bit more. At the end of this track, turn left. Follow the path to the left. Now nearing the halfway mark on this walk, these series of dirt pathways takes us towards the beach. Once we've been to the beach, we'll head back towards the church, where we started, but we'll head along the beach road, which is the main tourist area. For anyone who is in need of some liquid refreshment, you'll be pleased to know that in a few minutes, there's a public house where you'll be able to have a short break if needed. There's also a beach cafe near the public house. Almost there now. The blossom on the bushes and tree smells delightful. The hawthorn tree with its white flowers are a great indication of spring. These are also known as the Mayflower, with the old saying, "Never cast a cloud till May's out." Gosh, it's so warm. We're now walking onto St. Mary's Road. Turn left. Turn right out of St. Mary's Road. I'll have a break outside the pub before heading to the beach. In front of you is Hemsby Amusements with the crescent curving to the left. But we'll stop here at the Lake and Arms pub to have a break and sort out my camera.
Eureka, back in focus.
Now just a short walk along the Marams to the beach. This road to our left is Beach Road, where we'll be heading along shortly. This beach cafe on the left is highly recommended from my own past experience. This short road called the Marams is named after the maram grass that grows around the dunes and cliffs. The cliffs here are extremely dangerous due to coastal erosion, so please don't climb or walk on the cliffs. Also, please don't start any fires and make sure cigarettes are always extinguished properly and placed in a rubbish bin. As with all discarded rubbish, the beaches of Hemsby have always been a major tourist draw in the village. But unfortunately, erosion is a major problem in this area of East Anglia, where the sandy cliffs and dunes that would normally protect the villages are being destroyed by storms and the forces of the sea. Hemsby has one of the most severe cases of coastal erosion in the UK. It's lost over 70 metres of coastline in the past 50 years. And it's receding at about 2 metres every year. Several cliff-top homes were destroyed when the cliffs collapsed during the storm surge caused by Cyclone Bodil in 2013. And residents of the Marams, back in November 2023, had only a few hours' notice to move their vehicles as more storms hit the village. Hemsby Lifeboat Station, just here on the right, is a charity that has a shop and is a much needed and worthy place to give a little support. During the same year, the erosion was so bad that the access became so difficult that the lifeboat couldn't be launched when needed for the rescue of people who were in difficulty in the sea. Currently, extra maram grass is being planted to try and secure the sandy cliffs. Plus, rocks and other structures are also being placed on the beach to help avoid further erosion. Please be aware that parts of the beach may be closed to the public for safety or ongoing erosion defences work. Now we're heading back towards the church, turning right into Beach Road. On the right is Stonehenge. Not the ancient monument in Wiltshire, but the Stonehenge Big Mini Crazy Golf Course. Great fun for all the family. If you head along the road on the right-hand side, this will take you to Hemsby Fun Park. With dodgems, waltzers, go-karts, a giant slide, and other children's rides, this family-run business is great fun for all the family. Crossing over St Thomas Road. This area of Hemsby is the main hub of the tourist-based attractions and holiday parks. Along this part of Beach Road, you'll find all the British beach resort-style attractions, gift shops, as well as places to buy food and drink. The famous Potter's Holiday Resort in Hopton-on-Sea, south of Great Yarmouth, which is famous as the World Indoor Bowls Championship location, started back in 1920 in Hemsby before moving to Hopton in 1924. Just to my right is the bus turn point where you can get the C1 open top bus to and from Great Yarmouth during the summer season. Plus here you'll find a convenience store and some takeaway outlets. Richardson's first started out as a boat hire service in 1944, and in 1957 they brought the Brightside Guest House in Stalham, which enabled them to offer hire boat holidays. Then in 1974 they sold the entire fleet of 244 cruises. In 1984 they brought back the Stalham boatyard, but only 54 of the cruises were acceptable. Then later in 1996, Richardson's brought Hemsby Beach Holiday Village, known today as Hemsby Beach Holiday Park. 2 years later, in 1998, they brought the Pontins site which was adjacent to the holiday park, as well as Seacroft Holiday Village. And then in 2017-18, they combined Hemsby Beach Holiday Park and the Seacroft Holiday Village into one, with the existing name of Hemsby Beach Holiday Park. To my right and left is the Hemsby Beach Holiday Park. Still owned by the Richardson family. It's at this point where we leave the tourist area of Hemsby and re-enter the residential part of the village. Still heading along Beach Road. We are now approaching the end of Beach Road, where the Winterton Road and Kingsway Road cross in front of us. When safe, head over the road, onto the island opposite. Once over the road, this island and the shops opposite are locally known as the Kingsway Shops. This is also the location of the main bus stops in Hemsby, although there is multiple stops located along Beach Road and Newport Road. We'll follow the road, crossing over and round to the right into the street. Well done. We've finished our circular walk around Hemsby, covering approximately 2.5 miles in about 45 minutes walking time. Our finish point, as our start, is the Church of St. Mary the Virgin. This church, built in the early 14th century, is a Grade II listed building for its historical importance. Although it was substantially rebuilt during the 1860s and again in the 1970s. Of particular interest is the east window, which was by renowned contemporary glass artist Catherine Swash in 1985. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for joining me on this walk today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. To finish, I've included a few photographs taken only 2 days after this walk of some coastal erosion on Hemsby Beach.